Well, there she is. Well, she's back, unfortunately. That's not mine leaking oil, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Exactly how I remember it. That dent might be a little bigger. Check the oil. There's a little sludge. You could probably use a good oil change at this point. Check the trans fluid. He says he changed the trans fluid. I think he is. No, because when I got it, it was actually all but new, but it's definitely low. He claims that they took the P pump apart to check out and see what was inside there. I'll have to go back and look at footage, but it doesn't look like any of the bolts were actually moved, so he probably lied about that. Yeah, because there's no like marks on the bolts that show they were actually touched. I gotta go back and look at the video. See how many miles were on it. Dude was straight living in this thing. 250, 299. Bro, dude's straight living in this thing. Cigarettes. I have to detail this thing. Put the mirrors out. Not like they're gonna do anything. I don't know what the deal with any of that stuff back there is. I do know that when I gave it to him, it wasn't leaking any oil. Yes, that's... Yeah, I hate to sell it to somebody like that too. I'm gonna have to put some money into it. It sucks because I was charging him $800 to go deliver it to the guy, and he never paid that fee. Dude straight begged me for this truck, and now it's like, now I'm stuck with it again, and out 2 months of revenue from it.
Yep.
So I really don't know what to do. I mean, worst case scenario, I part it out. If she starts, there's oil in it. Ugh. Hopefully it's in park.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully.
Just loyal. Oh, it's smoking white. There must be engine damage. He claims the transmission's slipping too, so... But yet he drove it around so long.
It goes in that engine gear.
Huh?
No, I don't know whether it goes in the higher gear.
Yeah, he said it won't... I don't know, I guess I'll drive it off if you want to guide me. Gotta go over all the damages on this thing. Ugh. Yeah, dude straight screwed me on this one. I gotta pay transport fees and all that. Dude sits up like a friggin' woman. I gotta... there we go. He left me no fuel. Power steering, no power steering. Power steering sucks. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Not till you get a throttle and it goes.
Yeah, there it is, but like... Oh man. All this stuff back here. Smoking white, so he did something to it. Bro, like Keurig, like all this stuff back here, Instapot, there's silverware. Like, you help a guy out and this is how he treats you, he doesn't pay you for any of it. He screwed up four-wheel drive. I guess when he bought it, he ended up calling me and he's like, yeah, I sunk it up to the frame on the axles and whatnot, and then he couldn't get it to go. And he broke the four-wheel drive. That wasn't shattering like that when I gave it to him. That dent's a lot bigger. That's definitely bigger. If I go back in the footage and check it out, I'm gonna have to go look at that, because that was not like that. The second was drive. I can't see shit out the fucking windows, out the mirrors. It moves. Oh, the brakes are definitely spongy.
Yeah, brakes are spongy, no power steering. Unless you give it throttle.
Yeah, she moves, but a lot of slop in the steering now, and everything was brand new when I sold it to him. Everything was brand new. That's a good $2,000 bill right there. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at how many miles were on it, because it's at 250 now. Oh, kicked itself out of gear there. Our windows still work.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yep, make sure it's in park.
Alright, I wonder if he left me. Oh, a bag of Doritos. Cool. I got a bag of Doritos. Okay, there's cigarettes in there. Sweet. I don't remember that hole being there. Or that being smashed. Or that being smashed. And he told me he went and sourced like whatever this was, which should be a brake retarder. He's got plenty of little trees, black ice. Wonder what else we got. Nothing up in there. Change, yes, cigarette lighter. Well, it's always, I mean, I think those were my zip ties in there. At least he left me the damn wheel lock. Yeah, he told me that he tore the whole thing apart, put new cab mounts on it, took the P-pump apart. He didn't do none of that.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Dude was straight lying from the get-go. Alright, so here she is. This is going to be it. I'm just going to post it for sale as is, unfortunately. You guys can see all the little problems it has with it. I'm going to take all of this stuff. I'm going to go get a quote on like what's all wrong with it. We are going to be pressing charges because we had many, many agreements, and every single one of them he backed out on, lied, made false promises. He actually went and told me that he did a bunch of stuff to it. Like, dude told me that he changed the transmission fluid, which is a lie. That didn't happen. He told me that they actually pulled the P-pump apart to see what was done to it. If you get under here and look at it, like, you can still see flakes. This P-pump was never pulled apart. None of this was ever taken apart from the guy. He lied and said that he was gonna, that he did do that. There was a couple other little things that he said he did, but like the guy said originally he actually took it and like sunk it up to the frame and had to get someone to pull it out. So the guy broke the four-wheel drive. He claims the transmission slips. I don't know the truth on that. The engine now smokes white. You guys can see in the previous clips that this truck never smoked when I had it. Never smoked black, never smoked white, so something was done. That dent's bigger. I'm not sure about the tail light. He said that apparently he fixed the rockers, or not the rockers, the cab mounts. That was also a lie. You guys can see right there. It does have a little spot. I'm going to show you guys the underside of this thing. It does need a fuel tank strap. And unfortunately, I need to just cut my loss on the thing and go. Realistically, to break even on this thing, I need to make 10 just to get my money back out of it. But I know it's not going to go for 10. I'm not even going to try for 10. It's got new tires on it. I got to go back and look in the videos and see how many miles he put on these. And it also had, I forget what else. I think that was pretty, oh yeah, the whole front end. I paid to get the whole front end done. That was like a $2,000 some bill. So for the tires and that, like, there's $2,800 literally right there. And dude like completely hogged this thing. I gotta get it washed. This is actually further out. The fender flares that were on it, he took those off on one side. So unfortunately, I'm kind of screwed on this situation because like the whole situation with this was I was supposed to get, initially it was $9,000 for the truck, which was, this was a good running truck. I sold it to him for $9,000 and I charged him $800 to take it over to him. He was supposed to pay me and I was going to go down to Virginia to go buy another truck. That never happened. And then I ended up driving up. So he made me drive down to Virginia and promising that he was going to pay me. So I upped my, my ATM limit to 10K. And I was going to, you know, withdraw the money to go buy that other truck. And that didn't happen. So I lost money on that deal. That was a good $7,500 deal I was going to make on that. And then I also drove all the way out to Indiana to drop it for him. He said he was going to pay me. Which I get it. You know, I do throw too much benefit of the doubt. I do trust people too much. I try to help people. And unfortunately, after this situation, this is a huge learning curve for me. I cannot do this ever again. Like, I need to just get my money out of it, go and do what I need to do because I need to get a trucks over on the other side. But I need to get a transmission and injectors now and get back to hauling. So, like, this whole truck was supposed to pay for my injectors and transmission. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to haul anything in the last 2 months, like legitimately. So I've lost 2 months worth of revenue over this thing, of this guy just dicking me around and just being a complete piece of shit. So, I mean, unless he pays me something, I'm going to be pressing charges as much as I possibly can on this. Because like I said, we do have written agreements and we have proof that the truck was not, like most of this, like none of this stuff was there. I'm not usually one to try to ruin somebody's life, but this guy, if he did it to me, he can do it to somebody else. So I'm going to press charges for property damage. I told him my stipulations to leave him alone. I said, you're going to pay my transport fee over there, and he has to pay the transport fee that I just paid to get back, and also $2,500 for having my truck for 2 months and damaging all this stuff. If I don't see that amount of money, then I'm going to have to do what I got to do. So, like I said, this is what happens when you're a nice person and you know, give people the benefit of the doubt. I like to help people, and unfortunately, I got screwed. Like, yeah, there's little things that were wrong with it before. Like, you know, there's a little bit of rust and whatnot. He said he didn't care. He said he could take care of that. But the smoking, that wasn't there. The transmission's leaking now. The engine's leaking now. Like, there was a bunch of oil. The oil's a little sludgy. Like, he's just driving it around. He told me that the oil pressure light came on a couple of times, and it's like, dude was out dogging the shit out of it. And it's just like, it wasn't a bad truck when I sold it to him, and he just ruined it in the amount of time that, you know, he had it. I mean, there was a ton of money thrown at this truck. I will go over that with you guys. There was a bunch of receipts and money thrown at this truck before he even got it. I had proof of the receipts in one of the older videos. And, like, this thing had a transmission put in it 4 years ago. Like, at this point, 38,000 miles ago, it had a transmission put in it. They just did all of the governor springs, new alternator, new water pump. It has, from what I understand, he said they were bigger injectors, so I'm not sure. But injectors were done. Something done with the P pump. All new front coolers, the entire front end. Like, there's a bunch of money dumped in this truck. I mean, it was a good running 12 valve. So, take your guys' opinions below. And I'm going to, this thing's going to be a subject for a while now because I'm going to try to get it taken care of. And I need to make some of my money back. Not sure what to do with any of the stuff on the inside because it's like, at the end of the day, the guy owes me so much money for any of the whole, like, he probably owes me $4,500 just for me to not press charges. I guess something happened with the back window. I think that was like that. But, like, this wasn't here. I don't remember any of that stuff being broken. Smells like cigarettes in here. Oh, man. And keep in mind, guys, I am going to post this guy's information publicly, everything that I legally can. Since he wants to, you know, since he wanted to fuck me and, you know, deal with my, you know, kind of like take advantage of me helping him, I'm just going to lay it all out there. Everything I can legally lay out. He's called the cops on me quite a few times, and they've basically told him that I didn't do anything illegal. So, I didn't do anything wrong other than try to help a stranger. I know, it's my fault, but it is what it is. Like I said, once this video is up, if he hasn't paid me, you will see a part 2, part 3, but this thing needs to get sold and get out of my hair. I'm gonna clean it, wash all the salt off of it, and we'll go from there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. If you guys need any work, steve@cpstevemiller.com. You guys have all my contacts. Send me some work, send me any of that stuff. We're still working. We'll be working on this mega cab here. I wanna go over that with you guys quickly, because this thing almost done. What we're doing is we are slapping a new turbo on this bad boy. Dude has went, since you guys saw it last time, new motor mounts. Those were replaced because those were rusty. Let's just go over some of the stuff. Like, there's only a few minor issues left with this thing. Minor issues. So we got a new turbo for it. He put a brand new actuator on it, brand new wastegate. This is all the old stuff, so I had to cut all this old stuff out. So we're going to be putting new boots, turbine clamp. I got a new one here. So we're going to be taking care of all that. If you guys are interested in this thing, he needs to get $20,000 out of it, and he has put a bunch of money into it. So there's only a few tiny little issues with this thing, a few. And if you guys know these trucks, they just, you know, they all have their little issues, but this thing has a ton of money thrown at it and a ton of like maintenance is done. So I just need to get this part off. I need to get the turbo out of here, and then I need to break all these bolts loose. And I've just been kind of soaking it. It does have an exhaust brake, has airbags, has friggin', I mean, just a bunch of extra goodies, and, you know, stuff looks good. And it is a mega cab. So seriously, guys, throw an offer on it. 20 grand's what he wants, but, you know, let me know what you guys think. And this thing's going to be 99% perfect by the time I'm done with it. Oh, we're also going to be finishing the ABS up. I do have the ABS apart right there. We're going to be redoing the harness and whatnot.